One. Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I am your beautiful host Shamiso, and today we are going to be having a conversation with the beautiful Annabel. Look at her, guys. She is so pretty. Oh my gosh. We're going to be having a conversation with Annabel, and we're going to be talking about motherhood. Okay, let's just make this clear. I'm not a mother, but she is. We're going to be talking about motherhood. We're going to be talking about making money. We're going to be talking about adulting. We're going to be talking about life. We're going to be talking about everything. And of course, we're going to be talking about God because, we're nothing without God. So, of course, we're going to be talking about God. But we're just going to have a great conversation in this moment. Hi, Annabel. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm really excited to have this conversation because I really am.
I know. It's so crazy how we got connected, but I'm super excited.
Yeah. Speaking of how we got connected, I personally love stories. If you guys watched the episode from last week, you will know that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, cool. So as I was saying, as you guys know from last week's episode, I talk about my love life and all these things, and I got a bit emotional. So hopefully this will not be another thing of me getting emotional about my beautiful love life. So I love stories. You guys already know part of mine, but I also love friendship stories because friendships are very important. And I just want to know, do you remember the first time we started talking, that we started interacting with each other? And how did that happen? When was the day, girl? What were you wearing? What was I wearing? Was it face-to-face? Were we in the same country? Tell me everything.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we came across each other from another platform called Heart to Heart. And Heart to Heart is ran by someone that I know personally, and she's also my life and business coach. So I think we came across each other on that page, and we followed each other on Instagram, and we just kind of clicked right away because we were both, two young girls like pursuing our passions and following what God wants us to do. So I just kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, Shami. So I think I was just explaining, oh yeah, I'm a single mom. Like I talk about finances, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, oh, like, can we talk about like money together? And I was like, of course, like, that's what I do. So we met, and turns out she's all the way in Zimbabwe and I live in Canada. So we met on Zoom, and yeah, we've just kind of been supporting each other virtually ever since. And Shamiso knows that I'm always there, like if she wants to talk about anything. And I know I'm always busy. I kind of go a little bit MIA, but I am here to speak when you're ready. But yeah, I think that's how we met, right?
Yeah, that is. I think backstory to, like, there's always a backstory with my life because, sometimes I'm just a bit extra. Like, the reason I reached out to you was because I really was in a place where I just wanted to, like, be financially secure. Like, I come from a family with, like, I don't have to worry about money, don't have to worry about lights, a roof over. Like, I live a very grateful, blessed life. But I'm also the type of person who's like, I want to be able to pay for my own food. Like, I want to make sure that if someone needs something and they call Shami, like, Shami is there. And I really wasn't, like, okay with the fact that I wasn't in that place. So when I saw you, I think you had commented on a photo I put on the Facebook page of the group we're part of, and then you commented, and then I started looking at your stuff. You're like, I'm about money. And I'm like, girl, I literally was just crying to the Lord, being like, Jesus, I need some help. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, I need some help here. And like exactly what you said, that's how everything kind of went down. And it's just been really great. Like, you're amazing. You're Superwoman. Like, you really are. And like, like, I think one thing that I've loved seeing you do is like talking about money and not being ashamed of it or afraid of like what people would think. Because I think sometimes people have this assumption that if you're a woman, you can't pay bills, you can't have your own money and all these things. So how did you start getting into the business of helping people with their finances and helping them create their own income and to be able to pursue their dreams without being in debt or without having like to rely on somebody else?
Yeah, great question. So before I even fully came into the financial industry, I was studying business. So before I had kids and all of that, I was studying business administration. And I actually got hired at a bank here in Canada at a really young age. So at 18. And yeah, so that's kind of how I got introduced to the financial world. Now, I thought that when it was with money, when I was studying something with money, it was just about accounting. But no, it was actually about opening accounts, serving people, educating people on what they don't know. So it kind of piqued my interests around that age. And fast forward to after I had kids and I went through my own financial struggles, I really started to teach myself how to be better with money. So I wouldn't say that I learned that from the bank, but that was just my starting point. Now, almost 2 years ago, I was in like $6,000 of credit card debt. I had a car loan that I was paying off monthly, and I was super broke. And I had one child and I was pregnant with the other. Okay. So I was like, I know, yikes. So financially, I was like, this is a mess, right? I barely have like much income coming in. I can't work too much because I'm pregnant and I'm taking care of a newborn, and I'm in debt. So what am I gonna do, right? So I just kind of had to teach myself to have an actual plan to get out of debt, to somehow increase my income and get myself in a better financial spot. And it's not just about, being debt free, but it's more of the peace of mind, right? So finances is something that stresses a lot of people out, right? And even limit people from pursuing anything that they want to pursue, whether that's traveling or a business, etc. So I wanted more peace of mind. I didn't want to be a struggling mother. I didn't want to put that onto my kids in the future. So I got a little like part-time job while I was pregnant. And in my spare time, I was driving to deliver like food. Like we have Uber and Skip the Dishes over here. So I did that part-time and I really crunched down on the money that I had. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have enough money to pay off debt. I need some more money, but sometimes the money is actually there, but you're not using it properly.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening with me. Even though my income was a little bit low, I still wasn't using it properly. So I really began to budget, track my spending, and any extra money that I had, I would save or I would pay off debt or do both. Okay. So in just a couple of months, I was able to switch my mindset. I paid off my $6,000 credit card. I paid off that car loan, all while being pregnant, like growing and being pregnant. So yeah, I mean, that's when I really got disciplined, and it's honestly a mindset shift, I would say. And a lot of people don't realize that they need to go through that process of changing their mindset and changing their habits. Because that ultimately has led you into where you are today financially. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's never too late to change, of course. There's so many resources out there, and I'm out there to help anyone that is wanting more financial insight. And I'm currently working on a few workshops to offer people with financial literacy. So just the basics, right? How to pay off debt quicker, investing and stuff like that. So you can be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's a little bit of how I got started.
That is great. That is, you see, I said it, you're superwoman, literally. You're literally superwoman. So when you said you were talking about your mindset, what did you do to change your mindset? What were the things that you did in order to come to a place to go from thinking about it to actually making it a reality so that you could like pay off all of your debt?
Right. Okay. Well, first thing, there's something about you being so broke that makes you think, okay,
yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
When you're at rock bottom and you have nothing else, like that's already a switch in itself, right?
Yeah.
But apart from that, I had to realize what I was feeding myself. Now, I talk about this all the time, but what I mean is that with social media, for example, we get distracted a lot because there's a lot of influencers advertising to buy things. Things are looking attractive, or maybe keeping up with appearance, so doing your hair, your lashes, your nails. So I had to take a step back and have an actual mental conversation with myself that I actually don't need those things. So at that time, I was taking care of my newborns and I was at home. So I actually don't need to spend $400 on extensions because I'm not going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't need to keep up the maintenance on my nails because all I'm doing is changing diapers, right? So I think that I had a conversation with myself, like it just had a reality check, honestly. Second thing that I did was I actually started to read some books that were about mindset and money. So the first book that I ever read was a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I believe. And it was talking about how if you want to be wealthy, whether it's now or in the future, you have to start thinking and acting like someone that knows what they're doing with their money, if that makes sense. So anyways, the book is a really, really great book. And it taught me to, not always say to myself, oh, I'm so broke, or I can't afford this like ever, or I need to be making 6 figures in order to, be successful. It helped me uncover the things that I was saying to myself and get rid of that and just start from scratch and start to build up my mindset. So I did that. I was doing a lot of personal development stuff. So again, on YouTube, instead of watching somebody's vlogs of, what they're doing in their day, I would watch videos like how to stay positive or how to get out of debt quicker. So I was educating myself on all of these things as well. And that was helping me shift my mindset from a limited mindset to a growth mindset. And really saying to myself, I can achieve everything if I just put my mind to it. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Like, I think it's so simple and it's so like, in everything you said, you didn't say like, I went to these conferences, like I spent all this money. Or no, well, it's not like you can't be spending money that you don't have, but like you weren't saying like, I went to these conferences, like I was paying all this money to, it's like, I read a book. I went on YouTube. Simple.
Yeah.
Like libraries are there if you don't have the money. Like sometimes we think that we don't have enough when we have so much. And I think that's just really great. Like, it's just really great how you use the little that you had and like, you're now here in this moment being like, I paid this off, I paid that off, I read some books, I did this, I did that, I didn't need to get my nails done, all these things. Like, but sometimes if you need to get your nails done, guys, you can splurge a bit, like I have my nails done right now.
I mean,
we're not saying don't enjoy life, but just saying that like sometimes you have to just be strict.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah. Yes, of course, of course. But I think one thing that I am learning about myself is that if I don't have a plan of like what I need to buy, like if I have been given a certain budget, I will actually act crazy. I will act like I have all the money in the world to waste. So like, let's say if I'm shopping for clothes, I just buy whatever. But if I go in the store being like, hey, I need to buy jeans and a shirt, I will come out of that store with jeans and a shirt. So like, what are the things that you do to like keep yourself like on track? Like, let's say when you're shopping, like you see a nice bag, but you're like, oh, oh, but should I really spend that? Do I need that right now?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do to like keep yourself together so that you're not like out of your budget?
That's a great question. So it's exactly what I just said earlier. I do everything in moderation. So just like a diet, you can't go from eating junk food 24/7 to eating salads only, right? Even if you do that drastic change overnight, it's not long term. Usually you end up slipping up and you go back to your old habits, right?
Yeah.
So you have to start to build new habits gradually. So for me, luckily, I don't actually have a shopping problem for myself. I shop a lot for my kids. But my main concern was eating out, like just outside food, restaurant food, delivered food. So I was like, okay, I'm spending way too much money on food that didn't make, right? And I need to cut down because I can make food at home. So I didn't say I'm never going to eat out again because that's not going to work. I obviously like to enjoy it. Yeah. So what I did was give myself a budget in that category. So I said, instead of spending $50 a week on outside food, I'm only going to give myself an allowance of $10 or $20. Okay. So I gradually decrease the amount over time. And some weeks I won't buy anything. So that kind of like helped me mentally reward myself, for example. So let's say if I cooked all week or whatever, I want to reward myself with $20 that I gave, and I'm gonna go and buy dessert from my favorite place and whatever, if that makes sense. So ultimately it's about like controlled spending. So not completely cutting off, but controlled. And the second thing that I did was make sure that all the necessities were paid off. So a lot of people actually do the opposite, where they're spending whatever, and whatever they have left, they use for their bills. But that's actually not the priority. The priority are the necessities, like your rent, whatever hydro, light, gas you have to pay for, groceries and phone, etc. So I made sure that that was all covered, and what I had left was what I used for like pleasure spending. So control.
Control, like that's, I think with what you're saying, even about the healthy thing, like it's so important to like not go from one extreme to the next, but to like be like, okay, week 1 we're just gonna save $10, week 2 we're just gonna save 20, week 3 30, all of that, like not to like, because eventually we'll see that we have like you've grown and you've like saved like $1,000, and you're like, oh, and I did that slowly, and to take your time and to not like rush the process, because obviously you're speaking from a place where you're like, you're in this moment right now, like where everything is fine, but then like probably when everything was happening, you're probably like, Lord, what is going on? Like, how am I gonna get out of this? But like, just at least starting where you are and taking it day by day. Like this isn't even about money, but just about anything in general. Like start from where you are, and like don't even think about tomorrow. Don't even think about a year from now. Like just think about what you can do on today. This is Thursday right now as we're recording. Like Thursday, what can I do on Thursday to just get closer to my goals? Because sometimes if you overwhelm yourself, you'll just go off track and things won't work.
Exactly.
Like that's just you are amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. You are superwoman.
Thank you.
Like seriously. Like honestly, your children are so lucky. Speaking of children, I love children. Children are so cute. Your babies are cute. They are cute.
Come and take them. Come and take them.
I will come. Let me tell you something. This is a sidebar, but we can do whatever we want to on Shiny Light. Like, I promised like one of my friends, like that I will be taking care of her children when she has them, because like I plan to like have 3 and then she plans to have 2. So then like every weekend we'll just swap.
Yeah.
Like not swap every weekend. She'll just every other weekend she'll bring her children to my house. But like yeah, that's the plan for our future.
I love that.
Because
My friends, they can only handle like a certain amount of hours with my kids, and they're like, okay, back now.
Take them. I think I have those like when it's like, okay, they're not mine, I can give them back to you, cool. But I genuinely just love babies. I recently watched your YouTube videos, like 2 of them that you posted about like oh Lord, even what I'm about to say, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack myself.
Girl.
Telling your African parents that you were pregnant at 20. When I saw the title, I died because I was like, I am African. Like I live in Zimbabwe. If any of you don't know, Zimbabwe is in Africa. And like Africans, like we're not talking about just like we're talking about Black Africans. They want you to go to school. This is their plan in their head. They want you to go to school, you do your degree, you get a job, you get married, you have some babies, maybe you have a house, you start a business, maybe you're doing architecture, you're being an architect, you're being a lawyer, yeah. Lawyer, architecture, what else? A doctor. And that is it. It's not that you don't swap, you don't do none, you don't flip flop. You stick to their plan. You see, she knows.
I get it. Education first and foremost.
If you don't have education, you're nothing. Full stop. I know we say if we don't have God, we are nothing. No, Africans think if you don't have education, you're nothing. So, as the video explains, like you got pregnant at 20. And you were just talking about how you had to tell your parents. How, what?
What happened?
What was that? You're still alive. Was that
still
scary?
Well, girl.
But was that like scary? Did you feel like you had disappointed them in any way? Like, did you feel like you weren't ready to be a mother? Did you like just talk, because you're still here, which means that you
I know
I'm
still very young, guys. So I have 2 kids right now. They're 2.5 and 1.5, and I'm still only 23 years old.
Wait, you guys, she is 23. She is Superwoman. She be having her babies. She is literally doing all this. She is Superwoman. Sorry, I said it. Continue.
Oh, thank you so much. But girl, that was a huge deal. Obviously, okay. So I grew up in a Christian household all my life. Okay.
Sorry. And on top of that, she a Christian. You're Christian and African. You did. You are going to hell. That's not the thing. You are going to hell, and it's like, oh Lord.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I grew up in a Christian house all my life, guys. My parents have been working in the church and still do work in the church to this day for the last 18 years. My mom is a worship pastor. My dad does the audio and sound technician stuff. I was like basically a pastor's child. I would be at church multiple times in the week. I knew about God. I knew what was right from wrong. I was very involved in youth group and Sunday school, all that stuff. But I ended up being pregnant at 20. And it was a very, very big deal. Why was it a big deal? Well, first, yes, what Shamisa said. We're African, one. That's Christian, raised, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Christian raised is number 2. Number 3, I'm 20 years old. Number 4, not married. Okay. Number 5, haven't finished university. It's just going downhill as I continue to mention.
Yeah.
So guys, it was a really big deal. I was very, very embarrassed, very ashamed, feeling guilty. And why was I feeling those things? Obviously, because of what I mentioned, but my other concern was my parents, right? Because they have such a high status in the church. I was indirectly / directly bringing them embarrassment, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the church that I grew up, and also I guess in Christianity or even African households, getting pregnant before marriage is really looked down upon. Like it's like one of the most worst sins that you can commit. So that's kind of how it's feeling. And it's not like my parents would say, oh my goodness, never do this, never do that. But it's just like I knew what was right from wrong. And so it's in a way like I deliberately got myself into a situation.
Yeah.
Because so it took me a long time to face my parents and tell them, like about almost 2 months. And my bags were packed. Let me tell you, my bags were packed upstairs, ready to go, because I thought I was gonna get kicked out. I had a little bit of savings. I don't even know how much I had, like $300, 300 Canadian dollars of savings. I was ready because I had to make sure I was prepared for any like reaction that I was gonna get. But they actually were so gracious. God, you're so good, because they had a lot of patience with me.
Yeah.
They didn't react in the way that I thought they would at all. I wasn't kicked out. I wasn't they didn't point fingers at me. They didn't make me feel ashamed or embarrassed. They didn't overreact. They actually treated me like how God would. And that's what I said in my YouTube video. With a lot of love, with patience, with grace, understanding, and most importantly, acceptance. So I didn't get a reaction out of them when I told them. They actually took a couple days to process everything that I had said. And of course, probably behind closed doors, they were mad, probably upset, maybe even thinking that they had failed, right?
Yeah.
Which they hadn't, because I know, right? I'm a smart girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, they came back a couple days later and they welcomed me with open arms, and they said, okay, we're ready to support you in whatever way that we can. So that's a little bit of the story, but I never got beaten, guys. I'm okay.
She didn't get beaten, guys. That's all we needed to know. Like, you can get kicked out, they could disown you, but did they beat you? Like, these African people, they will beat you. Forget what Americans say about child abuse. Child abuse doesn't exist. Like, what is that? Like, we beat you. Like all day. It's okay, guys. We didn't.
I was ready.
Like,
I was ready. I hadn't gotten beaten in a year, and I was ready to like face any consequence. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah. No, I get you. Like, when I saw it on Instagram, I felt a pit in my stomach when I saw your video. I was just like, Lord. But I think, like, besides all of that, we're kind of joking. Not really. We're not joking, but we kind of are. But like, I think that is such a beautiful like way of them representing who God is, because sometimes, like, as Africans, we may like see that our parents are just like rough, tough. They're like, if you don't do this, you're a failure. But then seeing that the gentleness and the kindness of God literally was represented in them, even though they may have been like, oh, she's 20, she messed up, but it's not like they haven't messed up before. I feel like they treated you like their child. They loved you, and they like didn't make you feel bad, because I think sometimes we make people feel bad, and it's like they don't need that right now. They need your love, they need their support, because when we mess up, we already know that we've messed up. And I think them like extending like a helping hand, being like, we won't beat you up, firstly. We'll support you guys, and we will be there for you, and all of that. But you had to get married, right? Because usually it's like you're having a baby with this man, you're gonna get married to this man.
Yeah, girl. So actually, my second YouTube video that I posted last week is about my like marriage, just things that I learned, not in too much detail, but yeah, girl. When they found out that I was pregnant in August of 2018, I got married December 2018. So very quick. Yeah. And then I gave birth 3 months later. So girl, I was a whole married, new mom at 21 at that time. Yeah. My story is crazy, guys. If you want to learn more, if you're interested, go to my YouTube channel.
I'll link it in the description box below. Because this is a lot.
I know.
This is a lot.
I know.
Whoa, that is crazy. They weren't messing. They were like, if you're gonna want to be a mother, you're gonna also be a wife. That was fast. That was really fast.
Very, very fast.
Process? Oh Lord,
girl. Okay, like I mentioned in my YouTube video, like I was so ashamed and guilty of what problem I had created that I was ready to listen to my parents about anything, because hello, I'm still living under their roof, first of all. Second, I'm broke, so I can't even go anywhere.
Yeah.
And third, right, I'd already brought shame and embarrassment to them and like to my whole family because of their titles at church, right? So I didn't really blink twice to them saying that I have to get married. And I kind of expected it because that's what I had grown up seeing in my own church. So I mentioned that I kind of saw other like scandals, I guess we would call it, that happened in church with people getting pregnant out of wedlock. And all of a sudden I'm attending their wedding like a few months later. So I was kind of expecting it. How did I process it? I was at a point where I'd accepted everything that had happened. And I was ready to take on whatever life was going to bring me. So I kind of was ready, but obviously not ready at all. And yeah, I mean, I just kind of remained positive. I couldn't be like, I suck, I'm going to be a mom and a wife at 20, because truly inside, I've always wanted to be a young mom. I've always wanted to have like a big family and stuff. That's really important to me. Just not that young, of course.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was like, I was kind of getting my dreams come true by force, by fire, I just stayed positive, honestly, and I owned it confidently. I wasn't hiding in the corner, I had to embrace everything that was about to come my way, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's a lot to process. Like I think like I said, you're superwoman because you are, because that's a lot. I'm stressed out, and I was just like, yo, that's hectic. But the fact that you're like, just like from where you were to where you are now, I feel like you should genuinely be proud of yourself, because in a matter of like what, 2 years, you've just managed to like, your life literally turned around for the, like, God turned it around.
Oh, seriously, like, yeah. There's bigger plans that I even can comprehend right now with what God is doing, because honestly, there's a reason why I had to basically accelerate through a whole bunch of life circumstances and in such a short amount of time. Yeah. So even though my age is young, I now can relate to being a married woman. I can relate to being a mother, right? Overall, I can relate to being a single mother because now I'm single. I can relate to the young university student, right?
Yeah.
And then I can relate to a little bit of maybe the university graduates, because that's kind of the stage that my friends and generation are at right now. So I don't know, girl. God is going to be doing lots of big things, but that's kind of why I'm excited to meet with you about this, because the Level Up with Annabel page is not going to strictly be about finances anymore, but it's going to kind of be about leveling up your mindset, taking back control of your life. That's why I have on there, I want to help empower women to elevate their mindset and take back control of their lives. So in all areas.
Yes! Oh, we level up. Like Sierra said, level up. What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Level up. I know.
No, like honestly, we love. No, yes, ladies.
You're too high for me, girl.
Like, if you want to level up your life, come on, people. Are you tired? Are you tired of being in the same place mentally, emotionally, financially? Level Up with Annabel is the place to be. Go there. www.levelup@annabel.com. It's not a website. It will be soon. Soon it will be. Soon. We said it here. It will be soon. No, but like, honestly, I think sometimes when we're going through stuff, we don't really understand it. We don't really understand what God is doing. But like eventually you'll be able to connect with so many people of so many like different walks of life, but you can still, like what you were saying, you can still connect to the university student. Hi, I am that university student. You can connect to the single mom, the person who's been married. You can connect to someone who got pregnant and they were young and they didn't even expect to have that, like, and to have babies. You can connect to someone who like is at rock bottom and like coach them into going to like on the top of the mountain. Like, those lessons that you learned in such a fast pace, you'll be able to connect with other people, which will then help other people and they can help other people. And like, and there's a bigger purpose to like what God has in store for you, which is sometimes like what we don't understand in the moment, but then eventually when you like look back, zoom out, you'll be like, oh God, this is why I had to this and that so that I could connect with this, so that I can connect with Shamiso because she was going to be crying about finances, but you were going to respond to a message and she was going to be like, oh great, and now we're having a conversation. Like it's bigger. Our purpose is always bigger than what we think it's going to be. Like it's always going to be bigger and unexpected. But like I keep saying, you are superwoman. Full stop. That is it. I think to like kind of round up this conversation, what do you love doing outside of like focusing on your money, all that stuff? Do you like traveling? Do you like fast cars? Do you like getting your nails done? What brings you joy? What do you love doing?
Yep, that's definitely one of them. Okay, so I still think, honestly, I'm figuring a lot of that out because, yes, I got pregnant at 20. So I've basically been in the house raising babies for the last almost 3 years. It wasn't until this year and a little bit of last year that I started to actually get out and do things and find out exactly what I like, because your 20s are supposed to be, you know, a time for you to explore, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
So anyways, what I like to do now, I'm pretty versatile. Like I would say I'm half extroverted and half introverted. So I like to go out, I like to dress up and look good. That's my number one thing. And I want to go out to eat.
Yes,
I like to go out to eat and yeah, girl. So I like to do that. I like to go to the gym, but that's not really, I wouldn't say that's like a hobby. It's like a, you know, just keep up with my mental. I love traveling, but I haven't been on a plane since before birth. So it's been 3 years, but I used to like, I went to New York. I've been to Vegas a couple of times, California, Florida. So I like to travel. What brings me actual joy? I would say doing things with my kids. Like I love being a mom, even though it's stressful. Thanks, girl. I love doing stuff with them.
That is so.
We went to the puppy patch.
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead, girl.
No, I was just saying I love children.
I was saying
yeah, you can go. Sorry. Yeah. Did it freeze? It froze on me.
Sorry, I think the Wi-Fi is lagging a little bit. Yeah. They like farms. We went to the pumpkin patch the other day. I like taking pictures of them and kind of vlogging our experience, even though nobody's watching. So that's what brings me ultimate joys. If I can keep that up, you know, not return back to working to a 9 to 5 and have income coming in so I can kind of just do what I want. I think that's what's what I'm working towards, and that's what makes me truly happy.
Oh, that is so great. Like you have cute babies. Like the cute,
Thanks,
they are cute chocolate drops. Like it's like God was just like chocolate drops, you baby.
They're like, heartbreakers. You gotta watch out for these boys.
Watch out, ladies. Watch out, ladies. But no, your babies are so cute. I'm sorry, I love children. Like I have my cousins have babies, and I'm just like, and they were all born last, like four of them were all born last year in a whole panorama and a whole pandemic. Three little, they were all popping on babies, and they are the cutest thing in this world. So
I can't wait for you to have some babies. Then we can really talk about struggles.
Oh Lord, I don't know.
But don't worry, marriage first.
Marriage first. Girl, we're not trying. I'm not. I don't have the capacity for that. No, I'm African too. Good.
I'm just checking because
no thanks. No. I'm young. I'm too young for that. No, marriage first, then we'll have babies like 10 years from now.
That's great. That's a great timeline.
Yeah. Because I want to like travel. I want to like grow shine your light. I want to figure Shami out before like I bring children into this world, because I'm just like, I'm still figuring myself out like in this moment right now. So but yeah, I just want to wait till I have children. But like, yeah, but babies are cute. Babies are cute. Your baby. I love children, guys. Like, if you want me to take care of your children, they can come all the way to Zimbabwe. Like,
no, girl, we're flying you out here, okay?
I've always wanted to go to Canada, so like, I would definitely come. And I'll take care of them, and you can have a break. You can go out, you can go eat, you can go get your hair done, get your nails done. I got you. Don't worry.
Girl, you're going to be pulling your hair out. With my kids, they are insane. Like, just follow me on Instagram if you want to see, like, the daily of them just being crazy. But anyways.
They're cute crazy. It's because they're not my children, so of course I'm gonna be like, they're cute, but they could be like stressing you out 24/7, and I'm just like, but they're cute anyway. But let me stop. Like, this is not even this is not even baby fever. This is not baby fever. I'm not like, oh, my uterus is like scream. No, this is not. I just always love children. Like, people always say I'm motherly. That's what people always say. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Great. That's good for you.
Don't worry. It'll come in handy in the meantime.
Yeah. Like,
later.
Yeah, girl, we're not speaking that into existence. Later.
Don't worry. For anyone listening, I'm not encouraging Shamiso to go and put herself in a situation that I was in. Okay. I learned my lesson. God has worked through me, and now I'm going to spread the word for anyone that is acting a little crazy.
Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Just wait. Don't be having the sex. Just chill out. Calm down.
Yeah, just wait.
You'll be fine. Just chill. Eat some food. Enjoy your life. You don't want children. You really don't. Mm-hmm. So no, but honestly, like, you're Superwoman. That's all I can say. You are Superwoman.
Thank you, girl. My cheeks are hurting because you've been complimenting me this
Good. No, they need to hurt. No, you deserve all the compliments in the world. But yeah, this has been really good. Like, thank you for like sharing your story, and hopefully hopefully your story like encourages someone else to like get their money together, maybe follow you and reach out to you to get their money together, get their mindset to level up, because we need to level up. This year is not over yet. You can still change your life in the next 2 months, guys. Anything is possible. But yeah, thank you so much for this, for just talking to me, for spending some time away from your crazy little babies. But yeah, thank you so much for talking to me.
No, thank you for having me, Shami. So it was so great to connect with you, and I hope we can collab again. I'm here to support you in any way, so let's do it again.
Okay, thank you so much.